Oh my God, you made it. I'm so excited. Everybody,
Me too.
Let me introduce you to my fans. Obviously, your fans know you, but my followers, really, not my fans. So, I'm a fan. But I want to introduce everybody to the actress, activist, and brand ambassador of like so many brands, and we're going to talk about that later. Nomzamo, how are you?
Hi, Shanti. Hi, Shanti's people who are going to be my people too. Hi, yes. For joining in.
Yes, we are having a global conversation today. It is such an honor to talk to you. I mean,
yes.
First, can we start with our names? Tell us what your name means in South Africa.
Okay, so my name is Nomzamo, which basically means she who strives against all odds. And it's been the theme of my life since the day I was born.
Theme of your life, and what about theme of our lives right now? I mean, It could not be more appropriate. We are striving to live. We are striving to maintain our jobs, maintain our mental health and wellness, maintain our physical wellness right now. So
absolutely,
your name is really the epitome of why I'm doing these wellness check-ins. So
which I'm so glad you're doing them. And you just told me the meaning of your name. Yes. Which is what? Tell everyone.
My name actually means peace in India. My family was Bengali, and they lived in Calcutta, which is now called Kolkata. So peace and striving, she who strives.
That's it. We're all striving for inner peace, that's for sure, right about now.
There you go. That's how we connected too. I love that. So tell me, how are you doing, and how's your family doing? Because I read that, because, you know, for everyone that doesn't know, you're from South Africa. Yes. You recently moved to LA, but you were going to get on a flight back to South Africa, and it was canceled before the quarantine.
On the day that I was supposed to leave. On the day. I had packed my bags, literally like 3 hours before my car was supposed to arrive. As you know, LA has, you know, traffic like nobody's business.
Right.
And and I just got a call from my agent, my travel agent, and she was basically saying, listen, your flight from Dubai to South Africa has been grounded. If you take this flight from LAX to Dubai, you will not even be able to leave the airport in Dubai, because even the UAE government is not accepting any non-citizens at this time during their lockdown. So you will be stuck at the airport. The only other way that I can be able to, the only other route that I can put you on is if you go via Amsterdam. And I was like, oh my God, but Amsterdam, you know, because everybody's been following the news, and I've been obviously having to follow the news, especially because I was going to be traveling in those days.
Right.
Amsterdam had already said, the government of Amsterdam had already said that they're not going to be doing, you know, any kind of, you know, preventative measures or whatever, because for them it's like people need to get it and they'll become immune to it. So I was like, it's like walking into a minefield.
Yeah.
And that day was one of the dark days during this whole lockdown.
I'm sure.
And that's, like, honestly, I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't breathe. I kept on having to do like 3 deep breaths. And I was like, you know what, take a nap. And I was trying to nap and I just couldn't nap, but I was just so heartbroken.
Yeah, that's a devastating blow to know that you're not going to be with your family when something so serious like this is going on.
No one, and I see so many people, I used to see so many people in the beginning, you know, complaining, oh my God, I'm going to be stuck. Oh, you're lucky you're stuck in America. And I'm like, no, I want to be close to home. I want even if my family goes to the gate and I stand in the driveway and we wave, and, you know, just that proximity, just to know that they're close by. Yeah, it's been very interesting just to be stuck in a foreign country, in a foreign continent. During this time.
And I can imagine that definitely wears down on you. How is your family doing in South Africa?
My mom sent me the most devastating message yesterday.
Oh no.
Yes. She was just like, she first sent a message to the family group with a picture of me and my brother, because my brother also lives in Johannesburg, which is not that far from Durban, but for me it's obviously much further being here. And she put up a picture and said, God, please protect my children. They're so far away from me. I feel so helpless. I was like, my heart dropped. My heart dropped, and you know, I even wanted to tweet like, God, please just keep me alive so I can be able to see my mother.
You will.
I hope so. I hope so.
You will. We have to have faith. That's the one thing that's not canceled in the pandemic. Is hope and faith.
Hello. Yes.
And so we have to keep striving and have to continue to social distance, right? No matter what some people say. I know every state in the U.S. has different orders, but most of the states have issued, the stay-at-home order. And so stay vigilant. Los Angeles seems to be doing a really good job of keeping everyone safe. So if you need any virtual support or whatever, you have friends in America that and new friends, that you can call on anytime, day or night, to support you, because it is extremely tough. I'll tell you, my mother is 88 and she has Alzheimer's.
Wow.
And she's in another state, and thank God the facility bought iPad so that I can FaceTime with her. And I FaceTime with her this morning.
Oh, bless.
And she asked me when I was coming to see her. That broke my heart. So like we both, even though it's not the same.
Yes.
But I understand what when you saw that message from your mom, when my mom said to me this morning, "Are you coming to see me today?"
It's those moments where you realize that you are somebody's world. Right. You're not just you trying to survive this pandemic. You're somebody's world.
Yeah.
But you know what I was saying? I was like, I said that even though we're being asked to physically social distance, I hope we don't emotionally and mentally social distance from each other.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And
how have you been keeping?
Now we're connecting, and we're having everybody connect on IG for these talks. So again, thank you so much for being here. I want to ask you how your country is being affected. I know you have your own foundation, the Lighthouse Foundation. Can you tell me what you guys are doing right now on the ground over there?
It's been quite an interesting couple of days, because obviously, the President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that there's going to be an extension to the lockdown. It also happened around the same time that Donald Trump also said we are being extended as well until the 15th of May. So my Lighthouse Foundation has been in a lot of pre-planning.
Okay.
So, the great thing about being a humanitarian and working with the United Nations Refugee Agency is that you learn a lot about relief. You learn a lot about the disruption of a society and the disruption of a community. You don't just go in,
That's right. Because you have to properly plan, right?
You have to properly plan. You have to properly plan so that when you implement that plan, it is effective and it has impact and it is sustainable, especially when you have to understand what is it that people need. Because the reality is this, unemployment existed before COVID.
Right.
Poverty existed before COVID. But now that there's been a current disruption, how has the current disruption disrupted life as we know it, especially for the grassroots level people? So I've made some calls with all my stakeholders and all the people that support the foundation. And I said, this is what my team is planning. This is what my team is asking for. So it's about not just combating just people's homes, but also learning and accepting that we can't access every single point. Right? So there's NGOs and other NPOs that are working on the ground and that are also spread out. How do you support those people as well?
Sure.
So that you show that it's not about competition. No one's trying to outshine the other.
No.
We there's more effectiveness when there's collaborating or collaboration. So we're collaborating right now with all our stakeholders, and everybody's on board. Everybody's happy with the plan that we have. And is it Tuesday today?
Yes.
Should be announcing on Friday exactly what our plan is.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure that we, post support, whatever we need to.
Please,
do.
yes. And I mean, the government in South Africa has been incredible. Our president has truly set the mark for the rest of the African leaders.
That's good.
It's been amazing. People are not in panic in South Africa, which is so beautiful to see. Everyone, every time he has any kind of conference and he goes on television, he speaks with authority, he speaks with hope. People leave that mood or that setting just feeling really, really, really hopeful. So he's been incredible. And also our health minister, Dr. Zweli Mkhize, has just been incredible.
I'm really glad to hear that.
Amazing.
As I mentioned to you before, I've never been to South Africa. I've been to Ethiopia. And we also, my organization, we have friends in Kenya. And
I love Kenya. That's my second home.
And there's a small organization called Basic Needs Watch, and they do a lot around mental health. Shout out to Basic Needs Watch. And they were definitely concerned about being prepared in some of the smaller villages, right, that don't have the resources to be able to wash their hands. And so, again, keep us posted, anything that we can do on our end from America. You know, we're here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It has to be cross-continental.
That's right. So next, I'd like to share, you know, a little bit about my foundation. So I run an organization called Silence the Shame. And we exist to empower and educate around emotional health and wellness and mental health. And so I told you earlier on our call that, you know, my dad took his own life when I was younger. My best friend took
How old were you, by the way?
I was 7 months old.
Wow.
And my brother was 5.5. My sister was 8.5. And so we didn't talk about it as a family. We never went to counseling. We never went to therapy. And so I buried and hid a lot of those feelings until I got older. And then when I dealt with some other, you know, issues, once I got to be successful and dealing with stuff, I started peeling back a lot of what had happened and trying to figure out why my dad did it. Is something wrong with me? So long story short, we've been doing a ton of work in our community, you know, the last 3.5 to 4 years. And I just want to, you know, obviously, again, recognize that there's a heightened level of stress and anxiety, I think, globally right now, right? It's so much uncertainty. But can you just talk about the importance of recognizing your feelings, processing through them, and understanding the importance of mental health in a pandemic right now?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, you know, I suffer from PTSD, right?
Oh,
so it's something that I live with, and I've been trying to deal with this year.
Okay.
Clearly 2020 had bigger plans for us than we did for ourselves.
Right.
You know, but I suffer from PTSD, and I need physical human contact to feel safe, right? I need a familiar space to feel safe.
Yes.
So having to be stuck in a house, 4 walls, and not have the choice of having to go out and take a drive, because I don't drive in America, has truly affected my mental health.
I get it.
But I think what I always love to say is, you can't heal what you don't reveal. And I heard that quote somewhere, and it stuck with me. And I tell people all the time. So this is the time where we don't run away from the ugly parts of ourselves.
Yes.
This is the time where all the scary things that we've been avoiding to face, all the ugly, all the dark, all the things we've been pushing back and have been, you know, preoccupying ourselves with work. Right. Now is the time when all of those things are staring at us and they're saying, I want you to deal. You know, and so if you're truly ready to heal, then face those things. You know, I've started writing again, which is my journaling.
Good.
Yeah, and confronting myself, confronting my weaknesses, and confronting the places where I felt like I fell short. Yes. Places and things that shouldn't have been a part of my journey. I've been writing to those things. You know,
I'm so proud of you. That's great.
Yeah, writing to those things, and writing to people who are still in my life, people who are no longer in my life, and how they have impacted the place that I'm in at this very moment. Yes. You know, because I choose to just heal. I choose to be a better version of myself. I choose to be at the top of the mountain and feel like I didn't come out of this lockdown without anything, but I came out of this lockdown with more of myself, you know. So that's the advice that I would give to somebody at this point in time, because there's so many people who are still stuck with the noise of the outside, and the noise of social media, and the noise of wanting to stay relevant, and the noise of I am still here, you know. And it's like, take away all of that. You know, don't be afraid of the silence. Don't be afraid of it.
And sometimes you have to strip yourself, like you said, of those things in order to heal and to feel, right?
Yes. And find great things about yourself. What are you learning? You know, what are you learning about yourself? I'm cleaning up my act as a procrastinator. Chairperson of the board of directors of procrastinators. It is I.
I love that. I think we all have that in us.
What advice would you give to people who are in solitude and still alone and feel like they can't face the uglies?
Sure. So I would say, just from personal experience, is allow yourself to be in the moment. and to allow yourself to feel in that moment. Sometimes when you feel yourself getting really anxious, instead of just kind of blowing it off, and if you're working, you got to stop and take a break. Right. And acknowledge those feelings. First and foremost, are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling really sad? Are you feeling overwhelmed in the moment? So let's first and foremost acknowledge what's going on. And then second, allow your mind to kind of process through what's going on. Maybe you need to breathe. There's a technique called 4-4-8. You breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, and then you exhale for 8 seconds, right? So breathe in and do like maybe 10 reps of those, and allow yourself to kind of process through. Just stop, close your eyes, and think about what's really going on, what's stressing you out. Yeah. And then allow yourself to find healing for that. Maybe that's going outside, taking a walk. Maybe that's FaceTiming with a friend or a loved one. Maybe that's journaling, like you mentioned, or, for me, I like to go outside and take walks, but I have to connect with my friends. So I prefer doing FaceTime or Zoom or
That's it, others. Right.
And then maybe if you're feeling pressured, we have in America a number that you can dial it, or you can text rather. You can text the word silence to 741-741 and immediately be connected with a counselor, which is really great. Right. And can kind of talk you through that crisis. So whatever it is for you that makes you happy, that puts you in your happy place, maybe it's turning on a good song or turning on a funny movie that you like. You have to go through that. So you have to acknowledge the feelings. You have to process the feelings. Yes. And you have to allow yourself to heal. So that would be my best advice right now.
I'm remembering that, especially 4-4-8. I'm going to try that.
Okay. So can I brag on you for a minute? And I got to read because it's so much, girl. I can't remember it all. So, okay. I just want to God. I'm just going to read a few of your accolades. So you are a Puma South African ambassador. You are a Neutrogena ambassador for South Africa. You are an ambassador for Audi in South Africa. You also recently hosted the Veuve Clicquot Polo Invitational for the 4th consecutive year. Very she event, which I'm so proud of you. And you recently moved to LA to further pursue your acting career. And we know that you have a role, which I know you can't talk much about, but you're going to be in the upcoming Coming to America film, which is wow. That first film, like, for me, it's a wow moment. Oh my God.
Everyone, listen, I was going to get my visa, right, in South Africa, my work visa, and the lady in the counter was like, so Paramount, which movie? And I was like, Coming to America. And she looked up, she's like, oh. And I'm like, I know what you're gonna say. She's like, you guys know we don't want you to mess it up now.
Girl, that is a big, big, big deal. I am just so proud of yourself. So tell me, you have all this going on, and I know you're doing a lot of refugee work and humanitarian work and running the foundation. Girl, when do you have time to relax and rejuvenate? And what do you do? I need to know what you do now for self-care.
Oh my God. I used to say, when people were like, when do you sleep? I'm like, on a flight. But not anymore, clearly.
Right.
But self-care for me is as simple as putting my phone on night mode or putting it on flight mode. As simple as that.
I love that.
We think self-care is like big things, lighting candles, feng shui, and burning your sage, which is also very important because I love creating an atmosphere of peace and an atmosphere of love and energy. Good energy is very important in my home. So for me, it's down to the simplest thing: putting my phone on flight mode and putting my phone on night mode when I don't want any human interaction, when I don't want to be distracted by the world or allow my mind to be distracted by the world. It's so easy for us to sit on Instagram and, especially now that the lockdown is here, because everybody's on live, right?
That's right.
So it's so easy to just be distracted by all of those things. So I try, by all means, to just have my phone on flight mode or my phone on night mode. Let my mom know, hey, babe, I'm alive. I love you. Chat later, and that's it. Yeah, and that's it. So it's down to those simple things. Right now, I don't have much. Sometimes I'll take a random walk, go get coffee, down the street, come back, sit in my lounge and do more work, right now. I think obviously, with the work that my foundation is going to be doing, it's going to give me a lot of sleepless nights. It's already started doing that, working 2 time zones, but it's just, simple things. I want to try and get my yoga mat. And I don't know if it's the COVID, but they're so expensive on Amazon right now.
Oh no.
Yes. But yeah, I have to get my yoga mat so I can get back to my Pilates, which is really good.
So
for my
maybe we can find some of our friends in LA to deliver one for you. So let me talk to Crystal. Let me see what I can
talk to your friends who knows a friend who is
Shout
a friend.
out to my friend Stephen Hill. He's a big fan of yours. He just shouted us out. Hi, Stephen.
Ah, Stephen.
Yes, we love you. We need another print set, Stephen.
Hello. Hello.
So we only have 2 more questions because I know you have a busy schedule. So I created this platform, Yeah Wellness, and you guys can follow us at Yeah Wellness on Instagram and at Yeah Wellness on YouTube to see other conversations that I've had with some amazing people. So Nomzamo, it's really all about mind, body, soul, right? From a wellness perspective, but also business, because when your business isn't right, it can lead you down, a really tough path from an anxiety perspective and other things. So can you share any tips for creatives or entrepreneurs around financial wellness during these uncertain times? Any small things that we could be doing and thinking about that could kind of help us either perfect our craft or get our side hustle going on?
I mean, at the moment, I think everybody's been feeling a lot of anxiety in terms of bills and debit orders that are going off. Number one, you can't control something that you are not in control of.
That's right.
Know this, that you are not the only person who is in financial strain. Businesses, global businesses that are billion-dollar businesses, are also going through financial strain. Economies, countries, economies, things are not going good for anyone except Amazon, clearly.
Right.
Or Zoom.
Right. Or Purell for
so don't beat yourself up about it. I told a sibling of mine the other day who was feeling very anxious, and I said, pay for the roof over your head. The bank will not take your car after skipping 1 month's payment. You know what I mean? Right. Pay for the roof over your head. If you have a roof over your head, that's it. If you don't even have the money for that, call somebody. There's always someone to call. Put your pride aside. Put your pride aside. Honestly, pride can be as they say, pride comes before the fall. That's right. So put your pride aside, give a call to somebody, but prioritize in terms of your finances at this moment. If you can't pay for your bond, then make sure you send that email. There's so many freelancers who are obviously feeling, very insecure at this moment in time because they're so used to frequent income. Send the emails where you can. And also maybe this is the time where we have to, be more creative in finding solutions to how we manage our finances and having that flow of income that doesn't depend on certain currencies.
That's right. I love that.
So, yeah.
And figuring out, those additional revenue streams. Because I know for one, I'm about to get some merchandise going around wellness and different things, because I think gone are the days, if this hasn't taught us anything, is we can't just rely on, one income.
No.
If we can. Certainly, I know some people,
absolutely,
that's all that they have, and that's great. And maybe we can help support, other people in underserved communities so that they can find some other gigs to do on the side and really tap into their creative side. So, I'd love to even think further on, how we do that, how we allow other people to find other revenue streams so that they aren't just beholden to one check, And
it's so important for even those who have been beneficiaries of stimulus packages. Wherever in the world your government is giving out stimulus packages right now as a form of relief. If you've had a success and you have been successful in getting that money, how about you do a post on social media where people can be able to retweet or reshare in terms of how you were able to access that fund?
That's right.
Information is everything, and for as long as you tell only 5 people, it does a disservice to 1,000 other people who could have been able to also benefit from that. So it's important for us to do that, because so many other governments are, they've really stepped up, which is incredible to see, and amazing.
Yes, thank God for that. So I have one last question for you.
I wonder.
A lot of American DJs, as I'm sure you know, have been doing, DJ parties. Shout out to D Nice, who does Club Quarantine, and Cassidy, and so many other DJ Mars and Trauma, a lot of other amazing DJs. That's really been supporting our emotional health and wellness, right? Because dancing and music, it puts us in a good mood. Tell me who get some of your favorite artists or some songs we can listen to this week that you recommend, even any South African artists that we can check out that we may not know about?
I do know that DJ Shimza, Shimza, has also been hosting the lockdown parties from Friday to Sunday. So if you're looking to listen to some beautiful African music and house music, international music, hip hop, all of it, he's got a great lineup of different DJs. DJ Black Coffee was doing a great fundraiser, and I mean, he does tours all over the world, very popular. I do also know that, who else? Oh, yes, please. Janae Aiko, Born Tired. I'm so obsessed with that song right now.
Awesome. We love her over here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And she really is. Well, it has been such a pleasure. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. I hope that you and I can chat again before then. And May 5th is National Silence to Shame Day. We'd love to do some global mental health, conversations on that day.
We definitely should.
I am so excited about doing something else in America with you, and then maybe we can take this thing around the world and really
We definitely should. I mean, part of the reason why I started the Lighthouse Foundation was to support young people who suffer from mental illness.
Oh, are you serious?
In 2018, I graduated at UCT, and I put the helpline, the depression helpline, the South African depression helpline, on my graduation dress. Oh, and I put pictures of all the people that I have lost in my life, and obviously being at the epicenter of all of those tragedies truly affected me. It was also an homage to my baby sister, who on the 3rd of December 2014 took her own life when she was just 20 years old. And it's just to, again, highlight that, it's such a misunderstood illness because it doesn't have a physical scar. Everything is inside here. So especially in the Black community, it's always been taboo. You know, you're acting out, you've got an attitude, and it's not about that. So I hope that we can all do no harm to each other.
Yes, and silence the shame together.
And silence the shame. You can't heal what you don't reveal.
I'm
so excited for us to do some work.
Me too. And I'll just leave everyone with NAMI.org. That is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. If you need help, reach out to them. They have a helpline number. It's 1-800-950-NAMI, N-A-M-I. And the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline here in America is 1-800-273-TALK. Again, my name is Shanti Das, founder of Silence the Shame. Please follow us at Silence the Shame. Check out our podcast. Check out more Wellness episodes. Consider following me at Shanti Das 404. Nomzamo, you are beautiful. You are blessed.
Thanks, Shanti.
Your spirit is just, it's what the world needs right now.
Bless.
And we're going to pray that you see your mom and the rest of your family really soon. You will be getting back to your motherland, and we all hope to come over there one day so we can share this.
Listen, you want me to host you. I keep saying this. You want me to host you.
I'm coming.
This is so beautiful, and thank you for all the work that you do with Silence the Shame and Wellness. Thank you for your bravery and your courage, because it takes a lot of courage to open up of yourself and be of healing to other people. And I know that it touches so many lives. And thank you to everyone who joined. This is beautiful. And I know it's the first, but it's not the last.
No, it's not. And God bless you, Queen. Thank you.
Bye.